Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, May 5, 2021. And before we get started here, just a reminder that tomorrow after the close at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be hosting a webinar about auto trading. If that's something that you are interested in, you can sign up at the link that is underneath this video. InvestiQuant.com/webinar will take you there as well. We'll be going over our auto trading program, explaining what it is, showing you the results that we've seen here with this program, and telling you how you can participate if that is something you are interested in. So that'll be tomorrow after the close, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sign up at InvestiQuant.com/webinar to participate in that. Now, for today's study, yesterday we had a strong down day. We did end up rallying into the close, but we closed down sizably from the prior day, and we've got many ways that we can define that and discover. Today, I'm going to use a pivot point to be able to describe that type of price action and see what it has led to the next day. So let's go ahead and set this up and discover with all four instruments. The setup's based upon entering the market long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which is the open of regular trading hours. The exit is set to the end of regular trading hours, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, currently, we are trading higher in the overnight session, so I'm going to hop into the overnight filters library and click on gap up in the gap direction. You can get more specific with this if you want, but to keep as many samples as possible, I'm simply going with gap up. You could use a pivot point, though, for the opening zone as well. You could use like the open versus pivot zone here and make a pivot-based strategy if you're wanting to do that, or a different opening area. In the price pattern section, this is where we're going to describe yesterday's action, and I'm going to say that we closed between the S2 and S3 pivot points. So that's available here in the active today section. I'm going to hit close between S2 and S3. It actually comes from the location of the last open and close. Lots of different filters available in this category. If I scroll down, way down here, you'll be able to see where the pivot points are at. So we've got it available here as well. And then lastly, I am going to put us in a similar market environment. Yesterday closed below a 10-day simple moving average, so I'm going to add that, but above a 200-day simple moving average. Now I can hit view results. And here we go. These are the results based upon entering the market long at the open of regular trading hours, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The exit is set to 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. When you gap up following a day that closed between support 2 and support 3. This is taking place below a 10-day simple moving average, but above a 200-day simple moving average. So historically, the S&P has 80 samples dating back to 2003. The NASDAQ has 90 samples, the Dow 73, and the Russell 93 samples. The win rates on these are a little bit mixed. The S&P is the strongest of the group at 57%. The NASDAQ coming in at 54%. The Dow very neutral, 50%, and the Russell pretty neutral as well at 48%. If we look at the average win to average loss, though, you'll see that the average win is larger than the average loss by a good amount there for the S&P, and that is also true for the NASDAQ and the Dow. The Russell is the only one where the average loss is larger than the average win. So 3 out of the 4 have larger average wins compared to their average losses. Just the S&P and the NASDAQ are somewhat favorable on the win rates, but the bigger moves have historically been on the upside following this pattern. You can kind of see on the equity curves too, especially in the S&P and the NASDAQ. The S&P is the blue equity curve. Let me just highlight that. It's the best looking equity curve out of the group. It's been a little bit stronger here in more recent years. Same there with the NASDAQ. You can see it's really starting to spike higher here in recent years. And if you look down at the tables below, the more recent samples have been stronger. You can see that as well. So the last 5 years or so, it's been a stronger win rate. Look at the NASDAQ as well. Yeah, NASDAQ's about the same, 75% over the past 5 years or so. So recently it has been better, but the bigger takeaway here, the bigger moves have been on the upside here with this pattern. So hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck today, and we will see you next time.